What is going on? YouTube and Facebook. We are live streaming on both the Southeast Offwash YouTube channel and also on the Facebook page. My boy AP may join me later. I don't know. He's busy right now. And by the time he gets unbusy, I could possibly be busy. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this live out because it's really just something I wanted to do. But I wanted to recap the election results. Not that anything I say really matters in political stuff, but I do have an opinion and I do have a point of view that I think matters, at least to me. And I think a lot of you guys will agree as well on the topics. Stayed up late last night. I don't know. I went to sleep somewhere around 2 a.m. watching everything. And looks like they're still tallying a couple of states, which is crazy. But Michigan, I believe they've called it for Trump. And it looks like the last election map that I saw, he's going to come out with about 312 electoral votes. Looks like we'll take the House and the Senate. A good chance as well that we'll get all three branches of government. Now, why does that matter? Why do we care, right? Why are we bringing it up on Softwash business channel? So, yeah, this is Southeast Softwash. That's what we are. But we are. Yeah, I'm just trying to read the chat here. I'm gonna try not to read the chat because I get distracted. But we're more about an overall business principles and just real low shelf stuff here, guys. So made a bunch of money. I've grown a company to 8 figures from $8,000, and that's been a lot of growth. And the more I grew my company, the more I got dialed into politics and things, because these things do have a real impact on all of our businesses and the economy as a whole. So if you've been in business for the last 5 or 6 years, what's happened now is the swings are much shorter. So they're not 30-year cycles. Things can happen really quick that affect you and me directly. And so that's what probably the main reason that I'm pro conservative is because of the economic policy. I've got myself a list. There's my list, and I'm going to go over my list of why I lean towards that side of the aisle and why I think you guys will probably agree. If you don't agree, I'm going to prove you wrong, but at least on one point here that's undeniable. So today, let's check it again. Let's Google stock market today. There we go. I think the S&P, according to Yahoo Finance, stock market today, Dow, NASDAQ, S&P 500, all soar to records. I think the S&P closed today at, did you know this? Emily's sitting right here, at an all-time high today for the S&P 500. So the market is already reacting in a big way. 1,500-point surge today on the New York Stock Exchange. Now, look, I'm not a publicly traded company. I could be one day in some of my businesses. That's not like actually too far of a stretch at this point. Justin French says his IRA went up 13 grand today. Well, I'll just be damned. That's a pretty good day right there. But I'm not publicly traded, but I do have stuff in the market, a few things. I don't have a big portfolio or anything. Most of my investments have been back into my companies and my brand. But it is immediately a noticeable effect in the economy. And why should we care? Why should you guys care? Because the more money is spent, the better that these companies do, the more that they can grow and not lay people off and pay people, right? And so those people are the people that get their house washed. And that's good for you guys that are out there working. And the more people, the more demand that creates demand for my company to build the equipment, do the training. It's a life cycle. So when people are like, well, I don't care about all that stuff, you better get to caring, because it does matter. And who's in power, it actually matters quite a bit. The president doesn't create jobs. I hate, that's a pet peeve of mine when political leaders say that they're going to create some jobs. I'm like, how you going to create some jobs? I don't understand how you do that. Oscar Ramirez says unsubscribe. Well, look, Oscar, I'm going to guess by your last name, you might be a wetback. And I got a lot of Hispanic friends and a lot of Hispanic customers. When I say Oscar Ramirez right here can piss off, understand I'm just talking about you because you're a dumbass. See, and I'm going to get to this point here in a minute with my list right here, but we're going to talk about your small mindedness there, Oscar. He's unsubscribing. Reckon why Ramirez is unsubscribing? Because we don't like the big orange man. Well, I got news for you, buddy. I don't give a shit if you like the way that we're going. You can go back wherever it do is be you came from. Because here's my tribe. We're tax paying, working class. We're not voting on really a lot of different metrics here. But if you don't like conservative leaning ideals, you don't need to be subscribed to my shit. So we'll see you. Don't let the dough hit you right there. Go on somewhere else. But I got a list here that I think matters. Let me show you guys. This is my list, and we'll start at the top here. The economy. Duh. This is Cody's list. Everybody's got a list. This is my list. I think the economy ranks in there pretty highly for most folks, but it's important. We cannot do 4 more years or another cycle of torpedoing our own economy. Can't do it. It's not sustainable. We're going to go from a global, the dollar is going to lose its reserve status as a currency. It already has teetered on that this year. So the economy is a big deal. Milo, please stop meowing at random moths that are flying into the window. But the economy matters to me because I'm a business owner. Okay. It matters to everybody, whether you know it or not. The economy matters to you. If you go swipe a card and you clock in somewhere, see, if that's you, and I've done that for most of my working life, I clocked in for another company. The problem with that is you're really disconnected from what's happening in the country and in the world and where your paycheck comes from. People that clock in and they get that clock in mentality, there's nothing wrong with clocking in and working somewhere, but it allows you to much more easily just think that your paycheck materializes. My wife's sitting over here. Emily, have we had employees in the past that in a small company, a building that I could spit on every wall from the middle, have we not had employees that watched me build this thing and yet were still entitled and didn't pull their weight, wasn't worth a damn, right? But they somehow thought their paycheck was just going to poof out of thin air. And I'm not saying they were just the world's worst, but their level of engagement did not merit. They just were like, I'll just show up and kind of milk the clock. And I get it. Was the little meme, the boss makes $1 and I make a dime, so I'm going to shit on company time. You know, it's like a meme of the working class guy, because they don't understand their performance and the company's performance and the greater economic picture. It does matter. See, these are the same people that when they get laid off, they're like, oh, I can't believe they laid me off. I've been here 40 years. Well, you being here a long time don't matter. Are you contributing? Are you worth keeping around? When you're a business owner and you're paying yourself, see, you can see that real close, because if you don't make payroll Friday, it ain't going to be made. There's no magic cash reserves. There's no corporate office in another state somewhere that's allowing you to have runway to kind of piss around. When you take that leap of faith and become a business owner, you immediately get to understand how quickly you can screw up, how quickly things can go wrong. People that clock in, you know, maybe they're not so worried about the economy. They don't understand that they should be, because these companies don't just, we have to make a profit. Okay. So the economy is a big deal. I'm very pro getting regulation out of the way. That kind of stuff it's important. It does matter. As a person who manufactures products, I'm telling you, over-regulation, and it strangles the economy. It's already hard, but now you got to go up against a bunch of BS. Okay. So the economy is my number one. All right. Let me go back to number 2 here. Immigration. Let me know, guys, in the chat if you're jiving with my list. There you go, brother. Yep, I like that comment right there from Damien. I can't pronounce your last name, bro. He's from Chile. I'm gonna be subscribe forever to your channel. I saw you grow since you started. Well, I appreciate that. See, that's my tribe. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. It's if you're about it. I know this collar's black, but it's really blue up under there. So immigration, why does it matter? Well, we're kind of all immigrants if you go back far enough. My dad's side of the family's from Scotland, and I don't know when they came over. No, we don't know crap about my dad's side of the family, really. My mom's side of the family was from Wales. One of my aunts did a genealogy. Okay, so we got some immigration. The whole damn country is immigration at some point, okay? But we have a country, and we got to figure out how to let people immigrate legally, but not 25 million of them, okay? Because now you're trying to mess with, we're a melting pot. That's what I was told when I was in grade school, is we're a melting pot, and that's fine, okay? But we can't what you're trying to do is let 35 million people come in so that you get electoral votes for life. And all those lazy, sorry bastards that want to come over here and mooch off of us when we're already not doing good. See, that ain't sustainable. When I go to Walmart, the boys went to Walmart 2 nights ago and said, look, Daddy, they ain't nobody in here speaking English. Okay. That's a problem. If you're going to come over here, by God, learn some goddamn English when you get here. That would be nice. Assimilate into the society. I'm not talking about assimilate into white culture. I'm talking about assimilate into American culture. I don't want any something dash Americans. I want us to be Americans of whatever stripe you are. And if you come in legally, that's point one. Point two, you got to assimilate. I don't want this to be a Latin American country. All right. If you want that, here's what you do. All right. Go get you some rifles like we did. Ancestors did. I wasn't there. Go get you some rifles and go do you the 1776 thing. Where you at? If it's that damn bad, okay, why don't you just take it over and fix it? Coming here, it ain't mathematically make any sense. The whole world can't move to America, okay? Yeah, we let some people in. So now at the same time, our immigration system is really stupid. And I've got friends from Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. I've got people I grew up with that they were citizens. They were teenagers then, and their parents were naturalized citizens. But some of their extended family wanted to come over, not from Puerto Rico because that's that's a territory. But it was so hard. It don't need to be that damn hard. All right. So here's what I want with the economy. I want you to leave it alone. I want you to let the free market capitalist system that we have do what it do, and don't do no regulating. Very little regulation. Tiny bits of regulation. The less regulation, the better. Let the economy do what it does. Number two, with immigration, here's what I want. A big fat ass wall, okay, with like machine gun nests on it. And everybody that comes up to it that says, we need asylum, turn around and go back that way. If it's that bad south of the Texas border, I reckon y'all need rifles. You need to man up and go shoot the bad guys and change your flag. Like, take that flag down and make y'all another one. That's what needs to, if it's that bad. Why don't America just start invading? Let's just roll some Abrams across the border, go all the way to the Panama Canal, and make that America. Okay, if it's that bad. But here's what ain't going to work. Piling over 150 million people into Sylacauga, Alabama is not going to work. And it is, look, I'm telling you, people ain't going to stand for that. It's not sustainable. It can't work. Now, look, the bleeding heart, the Oscar Ramirez, I'm unsubscribing, the bleeding heart liberals that are only thinking about being nice, they don't like that. Well, it's really not nice if you allow it to happen and you collapse the only parachute. See, we're the parachute of the world. We're the parachute. But if you overrun it and there's no more country left, now where you gonna go? See, you're messing up the whole choo-choo train by doing that. I don't give a damn if people come here and are Cuban Americans. When we go to the Florida Keys, I think those places down there where there are a lot of Cuban immigrants, those guys are sitting outside smoking cigars. They make them there. Super cool. I don't care if you're Cuban American. I don't want you coming over here from Ireland. I don't want you coming over here from Ukraine, Canada, none of that shit. We talk about the southern border a lot because that's where the bulk of it is coming from. But I'm not down for none of it. It ain't a race thing, okay? It ain't about white. No, it just ain't. Nobody thinks that. But it's easy for the mainstream media to try to paint it that way and make anybody that's anti-mass open border immigration, you're a racist. Okay, we're all tired of that shit too. I'll get to that point in a minute. Number one is immigration. I'm sorry, the economy. Number one, economy. Number two, and I think Trump, this is his shtick. He's going to run on immigration. He's going to do something. We got to do something. We can't just keep. It's insane. Can't do it. Figure out what the number is that we can let over a year from all over the world, not just down there where the chili peppers grow. I'm talking about the whole world. Figure out what the number is. Make the process to come in easier. Stress assimilation to the culture. I am not down with my kids having to learn Spanish in high school. I don't give a shit about Spanish in high school. I'm sorry. If you don't like that, I don't give a damn. This is English. This is America. If I want to learn Spanish, I'll learn Spanish and go somewhere else to speak Spanish. If that's not, maybe that's a little abrasive, I guess. But to me, it just is common sense. Don't no other country in the world operate that way. Why? Because it don't make any sense. Come to America, okay? Assimilate to American culture. We have a way of doing things. And if you want to be an American, pay some damn taxes. We would appreciate it. Number 3 on my list, 2A rights. You guys probably know I'm a big Second Amendment guy. I'm almost, I guess you could say, a totalitarian Second Amendment supporter. I don't really believe in any regulations on the Second Amendment. Here's the thing that pisses me off. You can't travel the country without having a concealed carry, my concealed carry license and my police ID. Well, my police ID gets me a little more privileges. One of the only reasons that personal gain that I get out of being a police reserve for a department is that I get to carry nationwide, and I have a reciprocity of that ID that allows me to carry nationwide. Before I had that, we drove up into Massachusetts. We drove all the way up to Massachusetts for a customer one time, and I was actually committing a felony because I did not have. You can't carry a pointy stick in Massachusetts. Okay, so if it's legal to carry in this state, we should have nationwide reciprocity that needs to be passed at the federal level. If we're going to have the executive branch, if we're going to have the House and the Senate, and we've already had this one time, the first 2 years of Trump's presidency, they had all 3 branches and they didn't really do anything with it. They need to enshrine into some federal law that we can't always be like on the cusp of losing our freaking gun rights. I'm not giving up a rifle. It is not happening. I will die in a pile of brass. Let me show you guys this channel right here. I don't watch this guy's channel. He comes up a lot. This guy right here, Armed Scholar, pretty good channel. But look, let me show you something. If you go to his videos, look, breaking news. Here we go. Not good. We won. Game changing. Breaking news. Oh my goodness. Holy piss. Fried tomato. It's just a million. And he's doing it to get clicks. But the fact that he has enough content around, there's always like a, holy crap, they're about to try to, I don't keep up with it because it's too much drama. The fact that in a country that has an enshrined Bill of Rights, the second damn one, that we should have the right to keep and bear arms. I'm so tired of hearing some fat ass politician talk about the Second Amendment and hunting deer. If Joe Biden said, "Do you think the deer have Kevlar vests?" one more time, my head was going to fall off. It ain't got nothing to do with that. The uncomfortable thing that I think a lot of pro 2A people don't want to say, but I'll just say it because I don't care. The Second Amendment is there to shoot at the government if need be. Now, hopefully, need don't ever be, right? But that's what it is. It's a check and balance. It is a contract between the federal government and the citizenry of the United States to have like arms that are in like usage. All right. I'm not really a fan of a machine gun ban. I think the whole NFA should be disbanded. For sure, the Hearing Protection Act, silencers and suppressors don't need to be. And I'm on YouTube and Facebook, and they've basically come out at this point and admitted that they stifle any kind of conservative content. But it is insane to me that the Second Amendment is attacked so much. I would be willing to give, like, okay, I'll give you the machine guns, but we've got to ingrain some stuff. Todd Ketchow is just comment in the chat. He's in New Jersey. Todd basically, he can have stuff, but it is a different scenario if you're in California, New Jersey. Some of these things should be across the board. Like it's states' rights. States should have rights. But when it comes to things that are enshrined in the Bill of Rights at a federal level, it is not kosher to then have variables at the state level. So number one thing for me is the economy. Number two thing for me that I hope we get done is some immigration reform. Make it easier for people to come over, stress assimilation, and deport about 30 million people that don't have no damn business over here. Number four issue for me is taxes. It is absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy that I pay a net total of about 55 to 60% in taxes. When it's all said and done, when you pay income tax, when you pay, we pay employment tax because we're an employer. When we pay, I will write a check to the tax man this year for about 3 Ferraris. That's just in 1 year. And then that's at the business level. Then I get to come home and pay another 6 figures in taxes. And then you got these Democrats have the balls to tell me that I don't pay my fair share because I'm in the top 1% of income earners. You guys that are in business for yourself, I think you guys would agree. I don't mind paying some taxes. I understand that, okay, we got to have some infrastructure. I'm never going to be like, yay, let's pay our tax. But I ain't going to be that mad about it if you wasn't sending $1 billion to somebody in other side of the world fighting a damn war. Sometimes maybe we need to do something and help. We have allies. I get it. But bro, what are we doing? We're taxed to death. You don't start making money till after midsummer. What the hell are we talking about? This is insanity level. Now, Trump's proposed some big tax cuts. Tax cuts will help the economy because I'm telling you, if I had some more tax money to spend, I could do a whole lot more for the business, which is employs people and does stuff. Liberally folks are like, well, let's just trickle down economics. Yeah, it is, because that's how it works. If you invest, if you guys get yourself a wash truck, right? You grow to the point where you put a second truck on the road, you hire people, it's business. It's every single business, whether you're owning a McDonald's, you're manufacturing a product, you're out there doing a service business with 5 or 6 plumbing trucks on the road. It don't matter. Okay. We need a tax break. We need some serious tax reform. The IRS code ain't got no damn business filling up 16 shelves at the library. And look, if 10% is good enough for the good Lord, it ought to be good enough for Uncle Sam. Figure something out. But by God, the tax situation is getting. I don't see how it really get any worse. Our forefathers got really pissed off over some tea, and here we are paying 60% in taxes. So my list, this is me: economy, immigration, Second Amendment rights. I need some of that enshrined in some kind of way. Tax situation, got to get better. Hell, it can't get much worse. And then my next one is, see, this may be a little out of left field, but I really don't like abortion. Not big on abortion. I'm not a fan. And I meant to say this earlier, but guys, we got a sale running in honor of the great Orange Hope getting in for a second term. Head over to the site. It'll end tonight at midnight. We had a ton of guys buy stuff yesterday, and we've had a bunch of orders today as well. Some super pumps are in stock over there, so go grab you one. Hey, Aaron's calling me right now. He's probably wanting to get on here. I sent him a link. Let me text him real quick. I just let it ring. I am not a fan of abortion. Super pump shipping, yes, they are. We shipped about a bunch of them last week. The standard model, those are in stock. The regular 16. The speed control, I got word today that I've got some more electronics. Our circuit boards are custom. I got 25 more of those on the way. Now we owe a few guys some of those, so we'll be catching those up. Probably get those maybe by Friday or Monday. So we'll be caught up again on those, and then those will be back in stock. A few of them, the speed control versions. Then we're just still working on Super 8. So Spencer, I absolutely agree with that, my dude. That is a great point. We need single budget bills. That's a thing. We don't need omnibus bills. We don't need. They need to do something about that where it's hard to pass a law because they omnibus it with 17,000 other things, and nobody wants to pass it because their little pet thing ain't in there. Not a big fan of abortion, man. Not a big fan. I don't understand how our country has went from safe, legal, and rare, which I ain't a fan of that either. I believe that life begins at conception, and anything past that is taking a human life. Never be convinced any different. Here's what's interesting to me: the last few years, Democrats, liberals, the left have moved their position so far to now openly admit to allowing the death or termination of pregnancies, fetuses, babies at the 8th, 9th month, even if it's born. We had I think it was the Governor Ralph Northam of one of the Virginias or one of the Carolinas, somewhere up in there, maybe 2-3 years back. And he said, hey, if the baby's born, talking about a born child, if the baby's born and we'll keep it comfortable and a conversation would happen between the mother and the doctor. Look, man, you're killing infants. Like, do we need to just set up a Baphomet? It's crazy to me that's like such a big point. And here's why it's such a big point. Because people be hoeing. They hoeing. Most people today have no kind of morality. And so they want to go have unprotected sex. They want to treat abortion as contraception. And look, I would even be convinced to compromise and give you the R word and the incest word. They always run to, if you watch these debates, they run to the super outlier. But what about the instances of rape and incest or whatever? That's like less than 0.5% of abortions. 99.9% of abortions are used as contraception because you're dumb as hell, because you don't plan ahead, because you don't do what's right, because you don't have any scruples. They have no moral fiber. People can't keep their legs closed. They don't wait till they're married. If they do get pregnant, they don't get married. They don't make it right. They have no moral compass. And so it's crazy that now our option is just kill the child. And what the hell are we talking about? It's insanity land. And it pisses me off because me and my wife couldn't have children naturally. We adopted them. They're somewhere in here walking around eating up all my food. It worked out for us, the adoption process. But what our country has morphed into, with half of our country thinks that it is okay to terminate a pregnancy up into the 8th and 9th month. That is insanity. And we need to do something about it. All right. I know it's been kicked back to the states. The Supreme Court did that. I'm not really happy with it being a states' rights issue. It's murder. I don't care what you say. It's murder. So I don't think nothing will change on that. But just personally, I would rather it be federal law. What we got? We got the economy, immigration, 2A rights, taxes, abortion, national deficit. When I was a kid, I think, why are you even talking about this Trump 24? Well, because I can and because I'm a grown ass man. So here's what I'm gonna bet. Vcash hold fast. First of all, your avatar's a damn cartoon, son. So go sit back down. The grown folks is talking. But if you go over to Vcash hold fastest channel, I'm batting 1,000 on this. He ain't got no content on his channel. What y'all want to bet? Some of y'all go over there and check it for me real quick. I can't do it right now. Go check it. Let me know in the comments if I'm right. So you worry about what I'm talking about, except you ain't talking about nothing. That's why you watching me, ain't nobody watching you. It's important to talk about these things. Can I get a sample? No need to. Well, see, if you don't think there's no need to, here's what you can do. Click off the fucking video. The details surrounding abortion laws are where I have issues specifically involving miscarriages. I don't know how educated you are about that. If you have a miscarriage and the child's, that's not true, guardian pressure washing. You are uneducated, sir. If you have a miscarriage, there is no law that's going to regulate the removal of a dead fetus out of the womb. Debunked. Not true. Not true at all. If you have a miscarriage, that's a medical procedure. The baby's already died at that point. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about the 98 to 99% of people that hoed around, got pregnant, and don't want to do the right thing, and so they go kill an infant. All right. I'm not down for that. There are no abortion laws. Go do your research. There are zero state or federal laws that prevent a medical procedure for a woman who's had a miscarriage. That is 100% not true. So go study up on that. Ben Wilson in the chat. What's up, Ben? Hope you're feeling better, brother. So what do we got here? We've got economy, immigration, 2A rights, taxes, abortion, national deficit. When I was about, 11 or 12, correct. Russell Cook, that is correct. It's already dead. No laws around that. That's totally fine. That's a different thing. When I was a kid, I think I was about in the 5th or 6th grade. I remember being in social studies class and the national deficit. Let's see if I can Google it real fast. What was the national deficit in 1997? The national debt. Oh, shit. The national debt. No, bro, look, it's worse. The national deficit, 1997. That's insane. Emily's done went to the bedroom. The national debt in 1997 was right at $22 billion. How much money have we sent to Ukraine? We have sent 3 times that amount of money to Ukraine. When I was a kid, the national debt, people talked about it. I remember being in class and they told us about that debt little flipper thing, they got like a ticker that shows the national debt. And they were like, I didn't know what the number was, so I just looked it up. It's $22 billion. We've sent $65 billion to Ukraine. What's the current national debt? Somebody look it up for me. The debt clock. Yeah. What's the current national debt? What is the current national debt? It'd be nice if it was 21 billion. Okay. So we went from 1990 in my lifetime, we went from 22 billion to about 35 trillion dollars. 36 trip. So is this a problem? Do y'all care about it? I care about it. I don't know what the answer is. I think we probably should stop sending money somewhere else. Now, what the hell sense does it make? Most of you guys are business owners, right? We balance our books. We have P&Ls. We have to know numbers, businesses numbers. Would you guys take out a loan in your business and then send it all to another business? Would you take out a loan and then send not only the loan amount, but more than the loan amount to another business? Would you do that? I wouldn't do that because that sounds really, really stupid to me. That don't make any sense. But that's what we do to the tune of $36 trillion. That's not sustainable. That is not going to keep go. It cannot keep happening that way. Here's what I think we should do. They need to put Elon Musk and just comb through the entire P&L of the country, and they need to trim the federal government down to the bone. Paying for studies to see if shrimp can run on a treadmill. Like, what are we doing? We have we have a homeless crisis of people who are Americans. We've got veterans that sleep on the streets. Like there's a lot of shit we could do. There's a lot of shit that needs to be done. The military kind of, we need funding for that. We need infrastructure fund. There's a thing called the Society of Civil Engineers that gives America's infrastructure an overall rating of D in our infrastructure nationwide. A lot of the shit we have was built right post World War II, and it had a 50-year lifespan, and we're way past that, and we haven't reinvested in doing any of that. There's a lot of shit to spend money on that don't involve sending it somewhere else. It does not make any sense. I don't think Trump's going to really fix a lot of that, but it would at least be nice to see us not going towards where's the line? Like, where's the breaking point? 50 trillion, 100 trillion, where's it at? I don't know. It doesn't affect us today, but it does affect us long term. It's just one of those frog in the pot things. The U.S. national debt at the end of the fiscal year in 1965 was $317 billion. Yeah, basically nothing compared to what it is today. So going off of my list here, guys, these are just things that I care about. These are reasons why I vote to the right. I lean to the right because of the economy, immigration, taxes, 2A rights. Lastly, race hustling. Race hustling. Okay. What do I mean by race hustling? You probably know what I mean by race hustling. But I am so freaking fed up with everything is about race. Today, watching some of the mainstream media, some of these Van Jones type of characters, some of these what's the skint-headed woman that's Joy Reid. Absolutely one of the dumbest humans on the planet. It doesn't matter what they see. They're like, look, you see this? Look at this. This is a cap off of a T. It's racist. It's when I was about 10 or 12 years old. Again, I keep going back to that 5th, 6th grade timeline because that's good memories. We didn't talk about that shit. We had a Hispanic kid in the class. His name was Christopher Toolsey. He had a weird name. And he was from Trinidad and Tobago. He was that color. Cool kid. All the guys hated him because he had that olive complexion, and we were just getting old enough to want to have girlfriends. All the girls were just oogled over him because he was olive complexion. Okay. Cool guy though. There was about 7 or 8 white kids in there, all looked the same. We all basically the same guy. There was 7 or 8 black guys. One of them, I keep up with him. What's his name? Sidney Poole. Sidney still lives in Roanoke, cuts grass. We had not a lot of Hispanic around our area. We did have a few though, because we live in a little bitty town, and we had a Mexican restaurant that everybody ate at. And so those kids, they weren't in my grade, but their sons and they had some cousins and stuff. But so here's the thing I never heard come up. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared. We all played on the same little league team. We all went to the same Pizza Hut and ate the Bigfoot pizza after we lost, typically, on the little league field. We all hung out. We went to each other's house. We spent the night with each other. Nobody seemed to it was not even a topic. It was like, obviously, you're a different race, but it wasn't a factor. And it was, I guess, retrospectively refreshing because we were just normal people. We were just like, I don't know, dude, what do you want to do today? It was that. And what has happened since Obama, and really a little pre-Obama, but Obama really ramped up. So they're looking for, it's a victim mentality. We're looking for every single possibility to be a victim. And so everything, Ben beat me to it. Everything's racist. Now, here's the problem with that. There probably is some racist stuff that happens. For sure. We're a big ass country. We've got a lot of different races and stuff. So there's going to be racist stuff that happens, but it's like, whatever that amount is, police encounters, for example, there's definitely some shit. I ain't never seen it, but I know it has to exist just by the math. But when you call wolf every 5 seconds, see, now I might believe you ass. It's like I could call off a bunch of Philando Castile, Eric Gray, Eric Garner, go through the list, and we could watch the body cam video. You know, obviously the great saint, old George Floyd. We could go watch all the video and retro. We could break it down. It goes all the way really back to Michael Brown, but it's like, well, Michael Brown was pretty big. He was beating the hell out of the cop, and he just robbed a store, and you know, he smoked him. But I'm like, well, hell, I just smoked him too. Like under the circumstances, I don't think that the dude being black really had shit to do with it. That ain't saying that it might not happen, but you see, we're crying wolf every. You see this? See, this is racist. This little coaster that Emily made is racist. This cat thing here, it's racist, but it is a black cat, so we will let it slide. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. Most of us, I would venture to say, the vast majority of us guys, I'm talking about us guys, we got to get up and go to work tomorrow. We don't give a damn. We don't care. I look at another guy. We had some of the, at the shop Saturday. We had an event. Some of my guys that are from Miami, and they're Hispanic. I don't know their background, but they have an accent. So I know they're not natural born Americans, but they're Americans, and they have a wash business down in Florida. They may watch this later. They got a cool YouTube channel too. As long as that dude has immigrated correctly, he paying taxes, he ain't trying to make me turn into Mexico. I don't give a shit. I consider him my countryman. Okay. That's if we go to war, it's going to be me, my white ass, and his brown ass right beside me. And it might be another dude over there with his black ass. And we all going to be brothers today, because we going to have to go to fight somebody over yonder in the other trench over there. We all got to go to work tomorrow. It just wasn't a thing when I was a kid. I don't know when it got decided that it had to be a thing, but Obama kicked a lot of that off. And it's like, I'm not a big Obama fan. I really, really wish somebody else would run that has some sense. Sheriff Clark out in, he's in one of the Midwest states, Wisconsin or Missouri or somewhere, like Ben Carson. I wish we could get somebody like that to win so that we could finally check that box so we could say we did it. It's like identity politics is so stupid. The person in office doesn't have to look like me to represent me. They just have, I don't know what happened. I need to look it up. Mark Robinson, love that dude. Now, they ran a smear campaign against him. He was running for governor of North Carolina. I don't think he got it. I don't know if it's true or not. He denies it, that he had some moral. He was going to a pornographic video store back in the 90s. I don't know. It feels like bullshit. I like the piss out of Mark Robinson. I would really hope that it's BS, but like, I don't care. I don't care if he's purple. I just don't understand it. I'm so tired, and I don't think it's going anywhere, because they're already, hollering about some racism today. Oh, we lost because of racism. Because no, you lost because you're dumb. I watched Officer Tatum. You guys know who Officer Tatum is? Big YouTube channel, Hodge Twins. They were showing videos of, I guess it was Atlanta, and it was like dudes in Atlanta, and they got like, there's nothing but Dodge Chargers, and they're all voting for Trump. I'm down with that. Like, bro, you don't have to vote for Trump for me and you to be cool. But I think we agree on a lot more than the mainstream wants us to believe we agree on. We agree on a lot. We bleed red the same, dude. And if you're an American, if you're pulling for this country to succeed so that your family can succeed, so that we can all win together. I'm old enough that I remember the vibe after 9/11. And it was like after 9/11, there was this big window of time where that was all we were focused on, was what had just happened. And we had a common enemy. And it was like, damn, ain't nobody running around talking about this all the time. I wish we could get back to that. I really, really, really do. It just gets so damn old. It's very silly. So this is my list. You probably got your own list. I'm going to venture to say that y'all's list is probably pretty damn similar to my list. All right. We want the economy to do good. so that we can do good. That's what we're looking for. We just want to go to work. We just want to make a dollar. We want to be able to make a dollar so we can raise our family. Immigration stuff, hey, we're a nation of immigrants. So just do it the right way and quit coming over here and expecting me to learn Spanish. By God, learn you a couple, 3, 4 words of English if you can. You ain't got to do it tomorrow, but do your best. Don't expect us to assimilate to you. If you're coming here, you need to assimilate into American culture or try at it. Just try at it. You ain't got to be the next English orator of the ages. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to come over here, be about here. Be about where you're coming to. Don't come here and then try to do the same shit you're doing over there. Why'd you come here? Because it's better here. If it's messed up over there, don't come here and try to do over there stuff. That's what I'm saying. Immigration, Second Amendment rights. Most of you guys are probably Second Amendment supporters, I would assume. I do like my guns. I do. I don't plan on giving them up. Not a fan of giving them up. Don't plan on it. It's not going to happen. So I'm tired of that coming up all the time. So I'd like some of that enshrined. Taxes, that's an easy one, man. Everybody needs lower taxes. Got to go. Cut them, slash them, slice them, dice them, get rid of it. I pay 10%. How about that? That's it, guys. Let me check the comments. Yeah, we ain't doing it, bro. Australia did it. Australia did it, and now they painted you in a yellow box on your front porch and told them they couldn't get off. Not giving them up. Not going to do it. Rodney says, I'm black, LOL. I have to hear race hustling every day. Dude, I know. It's so like, God dang, can we do something else? Here's the thing. If they would stop doing that all the time, and then, they were like, look at this thing happened. This was really bad. Well, let me see. Damn, that is bad. Here's a good example of one that was bad. Go to the channel Police Activities. This was a recent incident, I'm pretty sure. Lady called the cops. She's a black lady. Now, I don't think that the guy did it because he was racist. I just think it was a retarded cop. She called them, said somebody's walking around her house outside. They get there, they look around, ain't nobody out there. Well, then they should have just left and went like, sorry, we checked it, ma'am. Ain't nobody out here. We'll go back to the police department, eat a donut. They wanted to go in her house and search in her house, but she was a little like off a little bit. She was just maybe 50-year-old single black lady living in her house. Wouldn't hurt nobody. Well, she was a little weird. She had a pot of boiling water. Have y'all seen this video? It's pretty messed up video. So the water's over there about to boil over, and she's like, oh, let me go cut that water off. And she goes around to cut the water off, and she picked it up to move it to the sink. The cop was weird as piss. He like backed up like she was doing something, and she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. That's a super weird thing to say. I don't know what that means. Dude like smoked her. He'd already had a few little incidents in his career. That guy needs to get prosecuted. There was no threat. Now, I don't know that he did that because she was black. I just think he might have been a dumbass, right? He was definitely a dumbass. But if we didn't cry wolf every 13 seconds, I could look at some more and it's just so stupid. They try to claim that all of them are that way. This gets very old. That's what people say to remove evil spirits. He was being really stupid. So it was just a super weird video. I hate that lady had no reason to be shot. It was wild as hell. He had no de-escalation. What does Toy Box say? They come here, work permit, 3 months. Yeah. Yep. And I don't like that either, bro. I know this guy. He's been in the shop. I ain't down for that either. Look, I ain't down for every Pakistani coming over here and buying up 16 gas stations and hotels. But as long as they come over legally, it's weird. Like I don't. But as long as you come over legally, and what they're doing is they're playing this little tax scheme where they get a business and then they pass it to their cousin's uncle's mama, right? And then they pass it so that they get like this window of time where they're helping them out with a tax break. That's the part that I'm not down for. That ain't cool. Like if I got to pay taxes, y'all ass need to be paying taxes. I'm going to come in there and get my Skittles and my drink either way, bro. Like y'all probably half-ass all right, but pay your fucking taxes. If I gotta pay them, look, if Reggie gotta pay Reggie's taxes, y'all gotta pay y'all's damn taxes. Guys, have a good night. Look, 4 more years of. I'm not a Trump. I don't think Trump's the second coming of the Messiah by any means. He's a dude, but the leanings of conservative policy, they benefit in a lot of ways of all the stuff I care about. I can't think of anything on the liberal side of the aisle that blows my skirt up. You know, most of them people are wearing skirts when they don't even need to be wearing skirts. They're not supposed. Oh, they, them looking ass. I think that the country and the mainstream media has tried. They have swung they've made wokeness such a thing that all of us regular people are really over it. We've been over it for a while, but what's happening now is like there's more like middle of the road people who they are over it, and so they're swinging over to our side. I kind of agree, Rodney. It is. It's really Gibson, bro. If it ain't Gibson's Lawn Service in the house. Yeah. Preston Gibson's on. We love your channel, bro. Gibson's a friend. I watched your video today, and you are exactly freaking right, dude. The election and what happened last night will affect the overall economy and the overall temperature of the country, and especially with getting the House, the Senate, and a conservative Supreme Court. What that means is we've got a good chance to set up the chessboard so that we can win. But Gibson did a good video today, and he's spot on. Most people talking, they're not going to play the game. They're not going to participate on the chessboard. This is something to talk about. It's something to feel like they did something, right? They bullshit about it and talk about it all the time. But they're not going to get off their butt and go with this winnable strategy, this winnable playing field. What you going to do with it? You going to get up and go do something with it? Or are you just going to keep doing the same thing that you've been doing? It's not going to change. That's the definition of insanity. So it was he had a pretty good video. They cried about the election. He said it was good. I laughed. Gibson's Lawn Service, guys, go check him out. He is hilarious. But here's what I do know. Gibson, tell me, I think you'll agree. Next year with Trump being in office, the economy, it's not a fail-safe, guys. It ain't like they can't break it. It's just better conditions, right? It's more conducive for business. People are going to have more disposable income. That means they're going to be willing to pay Gibson's $80 minimum that he charges, and he should charge a damn $80 minimum. And look, he don't need your money. So if you don't want it, cut it yourself. It's going to allow us, pressure washing guys, any guys, truth seeker. This is a Dave Ramsey quote, 100% right. What happens in your house is way more important than what happens in the White House. But all these things, man, take the opportunity. We've got another little window of time here to capitalize on it. Do the best we can. It ain't gonna be good. It ain't gonna be bad forever. It's gonna be all right. Are we allowed to charge tips up front? I'm about to invoice tips only. Hey, I like that. That's a good plan, dude. We raised our prices 10% and 2 quotes. I'm telling you, you guys are already gonna start feeling it. People are more. The stock market is not a magical thing. It is a direct translation in consumer confidence in the U.S. economy. That means people will. I don't know if y'all remember. Tell me if you're in the chat. If you were in the service industries back about the second year after Trump, before COVID happened, it was nothing to get somebody to agree to get their house washed. You throw out a $2,000 ticket. Yeah, we're going to do the roof. We're going to wash the house, do the driveway. It'd be $2,200. Okay, when can we do it? COVID happened. And then past that, it has not been the same climate. It's just not. So, Knox, I agree with you. I still take a personal accountability. I'm still going to win. I don't care who's up there. I'm going to win. But I do like having a better playing field to win on. Somebody up here asked about the Super 8. We're shipping a few of those as we get parts in. Yep, Brian right here. We're shipping a few of those as we get parts in. Just waiting to get – it ain't all there yet. It's really, really close. So we're trickling very few, just a few trickling in and out. Standard model pumps are caught up, fulfilled. They're in stock on the website if you want to grab one. Sweet 16s, we owe a few of those out. We've got guys that have ordered them. If you want to order one, you can. You'll just be on the list. I think we owe about 10 of those. I've got 25 more circuit electronic boards coming. They're custom. So we'll be able to catch up those that we owe and then have about 10 or so on the site probably sometime mid next week. Dusty just texted me that those are on the way. So that's good. Super 8s, again, they're coming in little one or twosies here and there. They are going on all equipment now going out. We've been doing that. I did do a video today, and I'll let you guys go. And I'll shoot it again tomorrow, a long form video. We tested a 7-gallon a minute pump, just a Delavan versus a Super 8, and it is night and day difference. It's so a 7-gallon Delavan set up the same way. We were pumping, let me see what we were pumping. I had it in my phone right here. Let's see. A 7-gallon a minute Delavan. I know it's only 1 gallon difference, right? 7-gallon a minute Super 8, but it's actually a massive difference. A 7-gallon a minute Delavan pump fills a 5-gallon bucket in about 70 seconds. That comes out to 1 gallon every 14 seconds. The Super 8 does it in 39 seconds. And that's about a gallon every 7.8 seconds, or almost twice as fast. And the power at the wand is not even comparable. A regular 7-gallon, like a Fat Boy or Remco, any of them, they do what they do. It's fine. They come out of the wand and they fall off. The Super 8, dude, it just goes like that. So it's a much stronger pump. We're really proud of our pump lineup. We did release a new pump Saturday. I haven't done a video about it yet, but it is the Super Pump XR. And yeah, Shane's got one. He's one of the few guys that has a Super 8. He's had his a little while too, but he's got one on a mini skid, and it's a badass pump. We'll probably sell more Super 8s than we do of anything else. So I'm trying my damnedest to get them in stock because I want to sell them. But it's a cool pump. Yeah, dude. GC Jenkins, I'm telling you, man, this was with no wand. Let me see. I'll show you guys the, I think Alyssa airdropped me a video. One of my guys sent it to me, but it was really blurry. Let's see. I thought Alyssa airdropped me. Yeah, here we go. So this was Alyssa filmed. That's a Super 8. You see the stream difference? Yes, it's a big difference. And I know, guys, it's okay. I don't mind y'all checking in, and asking on the chats. We're trying our damnedest. It's the only thing we're up there working on every day is trying to get the Super 8s, because that's really the only big thing we owe, guys, is getting those pumps caught up and out the door. So, yeah, the new one that we unveiled last Saturday at the event, that is the Super Pump XR, and Todd was there. Dan Wright, a bunch of you guys were there. It is absolutely crazy. It's a 36-volt pump, 2 inches of feed, and about 20 gallons a minute. So it's the Super Pump on steroids. Honestly, you don't want it. It's too much. Like, it really almost doesn't have an application for the soft wash world. It's a wild, freaking wildebeest pump. But we wanted to do something that was just insane, just to kind of show that we can. So it's a completely different model in the lineup, the Super Pump XR. We're not selling them. It's a prototype. We're not working on them. We're just working on the Super 8s right now. See, I'll do a video or two on them. They'll be on the website. They're not even, I don't even know if we'll ever sell a whole bunch of them, but it's just an experimental thing, and it's pretty wild. Not for the soft wash world, really. You could rinse the hell out of something with it, though. I will tell you that. Guys, have a great night. I'm going to check in with you later. Head over to the site. That sale ends at midnight, 20% off site-wide, pretty much site-wide. All of the Southeast stuff anyway. Kim's stuff, parts, all that good stuff. Go get you something. See you, boys. Hope y'all have a great night. Hey, we only kicked 1 or 2 guys out during the stream. Those are rookie numbers. I expect to piss more people off than that. So have a good night, boys. We'll see you. Peace out.